Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Online Racing Championship Series here, sponsored by the Keystone Corner. Tonight we are running the Street Stock Series here at Daytona International Speedway for the Daytona Derby, which is being presented by David Designs. David Designs will have his logo up here on the bottom of the screen here all night. You can check him out on Instagram at David Designs Racing. I want to thank him for coming out and sponsoring tonight, but you can see that qualifying is currently going on, wrapping up here in just another minute or so. But we'll check out the schedule while they are finishing qualifying. Tonight is round 1 at Daytona. Round 2 we'll head over to Richmond Speedway. Round 3 we'll go to Bristol, then Lime Rock, Oxford, Charlotte, Phoenix, Michigan, Knoxville Dirt, Homestead, and then USA. So an action-packed schedule here in this Keystone Corner Street Stock Series. And hey, just shout out to Patrick Jinks, posting in the chat from the Keystone Corner there. He says, hoping to have a good start of the season. I agree with you. This should be a wild, action-packed night here in these Street Stock cars. We have a big field tonight. We have 38 drivers in the field. And I think everybody knows what happens, at least for the first couple laps, when you get that many drivers in the field. So hopefully we can keep it clean. Maybe not have the big one on the first lap here, but time will tell as they do grid up here now, and we'll go over the starting order. Starting on pole, we have Hayes Booth, Brady Wellerman, Grayson Collins, Jay Mulder, Ryan Kame, Pierce Maffett, Harrison Mitchell, Aiden Kirker, Matthew Dutcher, Elon Belsha, Henry Clappert, and JJ Hill round out your top 12. Apologize about that. I had a little technical issue getting it to scroll through the field there. So we've got Eloha Hankins, Cameron McHone, Nick Pina, Mason Suit, Ty Brady, Hunter Collier, John Canizaro Jr., Jackson DeBari, Jared Bokanowski, Patrick Jinks, Christian Visconti, and Garrett White in the 24th position there, rounding out top 24. And Austin Duran, Kevin Spencer, Jaden Carter, Logan Shore, Paul Granada, Joseph Costello, Brady Cox, Ryan Martin, Shane Fuller, Alexander Gangler, Alan Hintz, and then Aaron Griffin there in 36th position. So again, you can see we have quite a large field here tonight. And then Bill Varner, 37th, Tristan Rivers rounding out the 38th car there. Couple people we want to keep an eye on tonight. First one here is Christian Visconti. He won actually the preseason race in this street stock series here at Nashville. So he's coming hot off of a preseason win. So we'll keep an eye on him. He was also the Truck Series champion here in the WORC League. They run many different series. They ran the truck season recently, and he was the champion of that. Another driver we're going to want to keep an eye on tonight is Henry Clappert. He is always very strong at super speedways, but he's yet to claim a win. So we're going to watch him tonight. Tonight could be his night. He was a runner-up in the WORC GT3 series. But again, good strong finishes whenever he runs a super speedway, so we'll keep an eye on him tonight. It could be his debut win here in the league. And then another person we want to keep an eye out here, Hunter Collier. He was the WORC Super Speedway Series champion. You hear Super Speedway champion, and you already know this is a guy you got to put on your radar, because these super speedway races, we all know, are a big strategy race. Knowing when and where to have your car in the field. when to push up, when not to. So anybody that's won a championship in a super speedway series, that's the guy we want to watch tonight. You can see the pace truck's lights are off. It's going to pull off here, and we will be going green here in just a moment. And the green flag is out. Hayes Booth there with a great jump on the inside. The 44 there of Brady Williman hanging on the outside of Brayson Collins, but Brayson's going to take over that second place position. You can see the leader actually dropping off, deciding he wants to go back further in the field. He does not want to lead. That could be a fuel strategy there. We'll see some of these guys play tonight, because when you are that lead car out front, you are burning more fuel than you are in the draft. So very typical there, strategy play we see. And Braden Collins is currently your leader, but it looks like Brady Williman there is going to come on. He's got a good run on the outside, but he does not have a draft partner yet. The 41 there of Pierce Moffitt is going to push the 5 of Collins there into the lead. The 44 is hanging on strong there on the outside. Again, he has no pusher. That second lane is further back, but we do see a car, the 39, and actually our pole sitter, the 993 of Hayes Booth, is going to join him there on the outside. Give him a bit of push, and now we're going to see some 2-lane racing as we complete lap 1 without an incident. That is incredible. So starting lap 2, no wrecks so far. Some good 2-wide racing here. Brayson Collins still out front. See, that second line is developing. It's got about 6 cars in that second line now. We'll go back here and we'll check on Christian Visconti there in the 80 machine. So it looks like we've got 2 packs here sort of developing, 2 different strategies playing out. He's dropped all the way to the back. So, you know, having 2 packs like that, it should result in some better green flag racing. You don't have all of these guys up in 1 pack, so that is good to see. But we can definitely tell already fuel strategy is going to be a big part of tonight's race. You can see some of the guys that we're looking out for tonight have dropped back to the rear. You can see the 731 there of Harrison Mitchell. Currently there on the inside lane. JJ Hill right behind him in the 859. JJ Hill's up 3 spots since the start of the race. Looking for the biggest mover right now is actually going to be the 00 of Garrett White, who is currently in a three-wide situation here. So Garrett White is in that SR, no, he's up top, sorry. He is the 00 up against the wall there. He's taking it 3 wide on the outside here. See the 859 come up there, put the block on him a little bit, but the 00 is going to continue here 3 wide as we complete lap 3. Very interesting to see what this 00 does here. If he stays up there, he is currently making up some ground. He's past the 859. He's got a car behind him, the 34. And now he's looking to challenge the 43 there for 7th place. He's going to take it, and we have an accident. Harrison Mitchell made some contact there, got a little bit of front end damage. We've got some shuffling of positions here as many people had to check up for that wreck, but meanwhile up front, that 00 coming to the front, making up quite a bit of ground there because of that incident. You'll see the 41 and the 5 there of Collins and look at who is pushing Brayson right now. It's going to be the 41, Pierce Moffitt, still pushing Brayson Collins there, but we are 3 wide. Steele with the 00 34 up top. Got the 44 of Brady Weileman there in the middle, and he is getting a push from our pole sitter, the 993. We've got another car low on the track there, 05 Ryan Kame. I'm not sure if there was some contact there or if he's just, yeah, you can see some damage there on his rear bumper. So we've had a little contact. Oh, we might have a little bit of shuffling around here up front. Still 3 wide, the 00, the 44, and the 5. This is some good racing so far for these guys to run 3 wide this early in the race. No major incidences so far. Running 3 wide here at Daytona. It is a tight super speedway. It is difficult to do even for some of the best racers. But these guys they're making it work. And the 44 is going to come into the lead. So it'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to clear the 5, and he does. He's going to drop down, take that bottom lane. Now the 5 of Brayson Collins there will be pushing the 44, Brady Wellerman, who is currently in the lead. We've got the 993 of Hayes Booth there on the outside in that Wonderbread car. He was our pole sitter. But it looks like also the 00 is dropping back there. Garrett White, who made that incredible run up front, taking it 3 wide. I think he said, I've had enough. I'm going to come back here, fall back. Getting a little too dicey up there. So just going to play it safe and ride it out back here, which is not a bad strategy. See the 34 car there on the outside, making it 3 wide. It's actually having a little bit of a connection issue. But going to stay up high there, taking it 3 wide. The 859 there of Hill and the 98 of Kohler there battling it out with him. Give this 993 machine here, Hayes Booth, the pole sitter, see if he can get back up front here. He's got 2 cars behind him. As soon as the 34 enters the picture there, we might actually have a 5-car second lane here. So we'll see if he can pick up that side draft and get back up front. Maybe clear the leader and drop down in the bottom lane. We'll go back here and we'll check on this second pack here. So this second pack is currently led by the 00 there of Garrett White, who we saw running 3 wide up front early on. Has now dropped back, formed a second pack here with the number 52 car there, Nick Pina, and then also we've got the 04 of Paul Granado there on the outside pushing the 00. And then in our third pack, all the way back here, we've got it led by the 9 car of Ryan Martin with the 59 of Tristan Rivers, the 96 there, which is by far my favorite paint scheme tonight, the Flex Seal machine there. Ty Brady in the 03, the 24 of Logan Shore, the 45 of Austin Doran, the 05 of Ryan Kame there. They are in this third pack. Well, we'll go back up front here. Check out our leader. Still the 44 of Brady Wellerman being pushed by the 5 of Brayson Collins. The 41 there of Pierce Moffitt behind him in 3rd position. And I was watching Brayson in this number 5 machine in practice. He actually got hooked up with one of his teammates, Visconti, and I was watching them in practice, and those two had the bump draft down the best out of anyone in the field tonight. So generally that shows us that that number 5 car knows how to push a car, knows how to not spin them, so we can anticipate this little duo here going to be hard pass here as they perfect that bump draft. in on the 17 here, John Canizero Jr., who has moved up 14 positions tonight. So he has come through the field, but actually our biggest mover right now is going to be 7 machine there of Jaden Carter, currently up 18 positions since the start of the race. So he has worked his way up through the field. He's currently in this lead pack, but we've got some action up front here. The 5 has actually pulled out into that second lane. So Brayson Collins going to challenge the 44 of Brady Williman here for the lead. They just completed lap 11, come down into turn 1. 41 touched the apron there. Pierce Moffitt just barely got on the apron. It upset the car, but he was able to stay in the throttle, so that bottom line didn't have to check up too bad there. But we'll see what kind of speed here the 5 and the 993 can get coming down this back stretch. I'm not sure if the 5 strategy here is to try to get a run on the 44 and get out front and get in the lead. It's possible we could be coming up on the pit stop fuel window here, and I tell you, when you're coming up on your green flag pit stops here at Daytona, you want to be that lead car and just have the cleanest run into the pits. You don't want to be having to brake behind 5 or 6 guys who are all going to have different braking points coming into the pits, and that's where we can actually anticipate to see a lot of accidents happen, a lot of races lost, and races won on green flag pit stops. The people that can perfect it, they're going to come out front, and we're going to see guys that can't get the car under control, slowed down, getting some penalties, some speeding penalties that will result in a black flag. We'll have to do a drive-through or a stop and go. So definitely something you don't want to get here on a super speedway. And we see the 5 and the 993 and the 39 all able to get in front of the 44 there for the lead. Brayson Collins out front. We're going to complete lap 13 here. That 993 there of Hayes Booth pushing the number 5, bump drafting, but that 859 machine, JJ Hill getting a great run on the outside, actually took the lead for that lap. See what he can do here on the back stretch. If he can get that side draft, get a good push from the 34 behind him, maybe jump down and pull in front of Brayson and take away the lead and take away that inside line. Still too wide so far. The 859 there of JJ Hill was not able to get a clear the 5 on the back straightaway, but they're going to come down the front stretch here, enter the tri-oval. It looks like he is clear here. He is going to drop down, take away that lead position from the 5 of Brayson Collins. The 34 also clear, going to come down, and that leaves the 815 of Hankins out there on the outside. Behind him, he's got the 18 car there of Keelan Belshaw. Going to be pushing him. See where they shuffle out this next lap as they come around. Like the 815 there of Hankins get a run, and we see the 34 down on the apron there, getting a little squirrely. Oh, we've actually got contact from the 815 and the 18 up there. The 815 got into the wall. Like the 993 there of Hayes Booth down on the apron in the tri-oval, which is not an easy place to run there. I'm really surprised he was able to hang on to the car. He got shoved down low below the yellow line there. Did not advance any positions. He only lost them. So should be good there. No penalties there. John Canizero Jr. here in the 17 machine. He's moved up here right behind the 859 of Hill there. Currently in 5th position, but you can see he's 3rd in line on that bottom row. We saw the 859 there get down onto the apron, and he does it again, getting on the apron twice. Not the fastest way around here. And that could be how we see the start of a wreck happen if these guys up front and start bump drafting and start getting down on that apron, getting the 2 tires on that apron and getting loose. While Brayson Collins here on the outside line, looks like he wants that lead back, so he's going to challenge the 34 down the back stretch here. Got the 18 and the 17 pushing him. See if he can get him cleared. Actually, the 34 drops down, going to drop back. That will give the 5 the lead. See where the 34 is able to merge back. He is clear. He's going to be able to merge back on the there. Leading lap 17 this time. Check in on our pole sitter, the 993 here of Hayes Booth. He's currently scored in 13th position right now. He dropped back after he got pushed down onto the apron in the tri-oval a couple laps back. Still with this lead pack though, just at the back end of the lead pack, so he could just be hanging out back there right now. Going to wait out this first round of green flag pit stops and work his way back up front. Now the 34 here, Henry Clappert. Remember, he is one of the guys we want to pay attention to tonight, looking for his debut win here in the World Online Racing Championship Series. He's a good finisher here at the Super Speedways, currently in this lead pack, running in the 9th position. Car looks pretty clean, no damage, so he's in a good position right now as we're going to complete lap 18 this time around. Actually got a new leader. The 18 of Keelan Belcher there was able to drop down in front of the 5 and take the lead, but the 17 of John Canizero Jr. there on the outside right now, gonna look to shuffle these guys back. So far it looks to be that outside lane is the dominant lane when you've got enough guys up there to push. They are able to get around that bottom side, so it'll be interesting to see who plays the strategy right toward the end of the race and is in the right line, in the right position. I can tell you, you do not want to be on the bottom and looting once that white flag goes down, especially the way these cars look, because that outside lane is able to get a run. See the 18 actually come up to the high side there and block the 17, so he's going to give the 5 that inside lane back. 5 is going to take the lead this time around, but the 18 jumped back up into the high lane there. Wanted to be on the high side. Keelan Belcher giving up the lead, going to the high line, but we've actually got another car jumping in front of him, the 39 of Aiden Kirker. He is going to be that lead car on the outside lane. Drag race down the back stretch here. Is he going to clear the 5? He is going to clear the 5. Is he going to drop down or stay high? Looks like he's going to stay in that high lane. So now we're starting to see guys stay in that high lane. Well, now he does drop down and take that bottom lane, but we are seeing some guys prefer that high lane and stay up there even when they clear the leader or have a clear to get down low. What'll really be exciting to see if which lane is going to be dominant once they get 3 wide. We saw the 00 early on in the race making good ground all the way up against the wall, 3 wide. So it could be the dominant lane on the closing few laps when we would expect these guys to go 3 wide. Check in with the 00 here. Back here in the second pack still. Pushing the 56 there of Mason Stute, and behind him the 04 of Paul Granada. Looks like the 00 and the 04 there are actually teammates from Nova Sim Racing, so they've hooked up. You can expect to watch them work together later on throughout this race. Got a car. The 7 of Jaden Carter there went through the grass here. We're going to go back and check out, see if he got some help or if just a mistake. See, it looks like he just turned down through there by himself. No one was around him, no contact. So what happened there? Maybe a mechanical issue. Maybe experimenting with different lines. As you can see, he stayed down low all the way around the racetrack. He may have an issue. Actually be in the 22nd position, but it looks like he is back up on track now. The 39 of Aiden Kirker out front. The 5 of Brayson Collins right behind him. We've seen Brayson in the lead or in second position most of the night tonight. So we will be watching him. We've actually got a car shuffling out to the outside. Let's take a look there. It'll be the 34 of 34 of Henry Clappert, who going to drop back a few places there and get down into the bottom line. So these guys are getting single file. Except for Brayson Collins, actually taking a look there on the outside. Thought maybe we were getting ready for some pit stops as they all got single file, but then we see the 5 and the 17 there jumping out to the outside. Going to take it too wide again. I can tell you this is what I would be using the early part of this race for. I would be using it to test out just how quickly you can pull out to that outside lane, how quickly you can get up front, because that will be valuable toward the end of the race and letting you know where you need to be, when to pull out, because we can see, you know, typically in the A-class cars, the cup cars, the trucks, it generally takes about a lap or a lap and a half to clear that car on the bottom lane. So the street stocks a little bit different here. Good to test that out early, see how soon you need to pull out in that top lane to get a run on that bottom lane. Actually see that top lane's actually falling back now, so the 5 Collins starting to drop back there. He's got the 17 of Canizaro Jr., 34 of Clappert there with him. The bottom lane has a few more cars, and we're not seeing that top lane make up the ground like it was in the beginning of this race. Another thing I'll be interested to see when they do finally make their pit stops. Typically, if it's made under green, we should anticipate them not taking tires, fuel only. But if we do have a caution come out, it'd be interesting to see if anyone takes tires. I'm not sure in these cars if tires are a factor. Is that why the 5 couldn't make up any ground on the high side there? It could be the tire wear. So that we'll pay attention to that when these green flag pit cycles cycle through. They are getting single file now. 39 of Kirker here coming around, still in the lead with the 44 of Wellerman behind him. The 98 of Hunter Collier, who is someone else we want to pay attention to. Was the WORC Super Series champion. Super Speedway Series champion. So he knows where to be, knows how to run these super speedways. He knows the strategy. He's currently put his car up 15 positions into third place. So he made up a lot of ground into the front. To watch what he does, and interesting to see who pulls the trigger here first on pit lane. Back here with this other pack here, where we've got the 00 Garrett White and the 6 there of Mason Stute. Also the 993 there of Hayes Booth. small little pack here, but this would be a great pack to all pit together. Stay in a pack. We saw most of these guys here in this pack sort of drop back on purpose, so that could be telling us they are working together. Like the 34 there of Henry Clappert looking on the outside. Jumped up to the outside there. He's got the 41 of Pierce Moffitt right behind him and the 17 of John Canizero Jr. So we'll see if they can make up any ground. The 5 of Brayson Collins also joins them. So now we've got a 4-car lane here on the outside. Interesting to see if that 34 is able to make up any ground, because we did see just a few laps ago that outside lane was not able to move forward. In tight there on the outside of second position. Here on the backstretch, we'll see if he can get a run. The side draft does, and the 39 actually comes up and blocks him. Takes away their run, makes them check up there. So 44 is going to be on the inside here of Weileman, but the 39 is able to come down. So good block there. He came up, blocked the 34 from overtaking him, because it did look like the 34 was going to get a good enough run there to be able to clear him going down into turn 3. But the 39 pulling a great block there and still able to take the lead, completing this lap as we come up 22 to go. See here, the 34 getting another run here on the outside. We'll see what the 39 does. Is the 39 going to come up and block him again? Or no, he's going to stay low. We are seeing some evidence that that outside lane is not advancing as quick as it was at the beginning of the race. So that tells me that tire wear is a factor here. But now they are starting to get a little bit of a run there. He may be scored as the leader. He was there. Coming across the line with 21 to go. We'll see what he does here on the back stretch. Is he going to be able to clear? And does clear the 39. Is he going to drop down, take away that position? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to clear him here going in. Okay, so outside lane just not working as good as it was earlier in the race. You can see 5 of Collins there is dropping back. Looks like he's all in line on the bottom lane. .34 there of Clappert's not going to give up. Still going to stay on the outside. Right behind him, he's got Pierce Moffitt, 41 machine. John Canizero Jr. in the 17 right behind him. So these 3 cars still working that high line. You're 20 to go. Expecting to see pit stops any moment now. Actually got a car in lane. Aiden 7 there. Carter. Down pit road. 39 of Kirker still out front. 34 Clappert on the outside. Remember, the 34 is looking for a win. Debut win here tonight in the WORC series. So he is hungry. He wants it. He's going to stay on that outside. He wants to get into the lead role when these pit stops happen. Ooh, see a little wobble there of the 34, and it actually, the 41 is going to come down, make it 3 wide. Five actually going to go up to the top there and actually help the 34. So we're going to have a third lane develop here. Cars in the top lane, 2 cars in the middle lane, and 6 cars in the bottom lane. So we'll see how this works out. Doesn't look like that top lane up against the wall there with 2 cars is making ground, and we have a caution. Jared Bokanowski here, 92, just getting clipped by how far that was. We're going to in. Oh, we actually had 2 different here. Actually, after the yellow flag came out, Bill Varner, check that one out again in the 71 machine, getting up the track there, and the number 90 flipping his corner, and they unfortunately gets both of them look like they got that. Back to the original wreck here, Jared Bokanowski here. He just both of those guys went for the same place of real estate there on the track. That will bring out our first caution of the night. Incredible that we went this far without a yellow flag. Guys, huge field tonight. 38 car field. Street stocks here at Daytona. But we made it all the way to 17 to go before we had a yellow flag come out. So kudos to these guys. But now this changes up the strategy a little bit. Good to see. Great to see hit. But the question is, know what the fuel load was. 75%, I believe. Don't know how many laps that will get them, and with some caution laps counted in that. And if anybody can extend that all the way to the end. Round, the leaders are going to stay out, but Brayson Collins, 34, Clapper. Both coming down pit road. We've got Brady Cox there in the 76, the 31 of Jackson DeBari. So it looks like the field is split about half and half. Half pitted, half didn't. Very interesting strategy here. Question is, can these leaders make it on fuel till the end of the race? '80 machine here of Christian Conti, one of the guys we were watching here tonight, who won the preseason race in the Street Stock Series here, did not pit that time around. Staying out, currently scored in the position. And the first of the ones that did pit here is 5 of Brayson Collins. So is going to be the first car out of the pits there. Currently scored in 16th position. So quite a bit of ground to make up. I want to check in. Yeah, the 993 of Hayes Booth, he did stay out. So currently scored in the 11th position, did not pit. The 04 of Paul Granada also staying out. That's one of the other Nova Sim racing cars there. The 56 of Mason Suit also staying out. .859 there of JJ Hill staying out, currently in 7th position. Keelan Belsha there in the 18, currently in 6th position. Hunter Collier staying out as well. The number 98 there currently scored in 5th. John Canizaro Jr., 17th car, currently scored in 4th place. Brady Williman in the 44 there, currently scored in 3rd place. Pierce Moffitt, 41 machine, outside there in 2nd place. And then our leader, the number 39, who's led better part of the last 10 laps here. Going to be the first car here when we take the green flag. Pace lights are off the pace truck. You can see they are too wide, so we will be going green this lap. We'll have 14 laps to go when they take the green, so a nice little 14 lap shootout. The question on everybody's mind, can the top 15 that stayed out, can they make it on fuel? Strategy was split. Half the guys pitted, half the guys didn't, so going to be interesting who can save fuel, make it to the end. How fast can 5 of Brayson Collins there make it up to front as we take the green flag? 39 of Aiden Kirker there, getting a great start with the 44. Brady Williman pushing him. The 41 of Pierce Moffitt on the outside. Is the 17 going to jump up there and push him? No. So the 41 Moffitt just left out to dry there. The 98 of Hunter Collier, 4th position. Is it going to let the 41 there in? No, 41 going to stay out. .41 actually hanging with him. I'm surprised. He's got no one to push him there, but he's getting a great side draft off of these 3 cars. Not falling back as quickly as we would anticipate. Well, let's go check in with the 5 of Brayson Collins here, who is working his way up after pitting. He started in 17th position. He's currently scored in 16th, so made up 1 place. Watch him, see how fast he can make his way up front. Check in here with the 993 machine of Hayes Booth, who was our pole sitter, currently sitting in 7th position. Looking good in this lead pack, in a nice position where he wants to be. Pierce Moffitt there in the 41's finally dropping back. He's currently in 7th position. Still no one taken to that outside lane. Like he's finally going to get a little bit of help here as cars there. The 859 of JJ Hill, 948 there of Cameron McCone in the SRX machine there. And these guys get up and hook up with the 41, make that outside lane develop. Someone who we haven't talked about a lot tonight, the number 60 machine there of Joseph Costello, who is currently our biggest mover, up 22 position. He's going to jump to the outside lane there, but currently in 8th position, 22 spots from the beginning of the race. We've also got the 04 machine here of Paul Granada, who he may have had a little front end damage, but not bad. But we saw Paul Granada have a great run in the Dirt Midgets series tonight, so good to see him out here doing well. Currently in the top 10 in the Street Stock Series here. I'll still single file here up front with the 39 of Aiden Kirker and the 44 Brady Weileman. John Canizero Jr. here in the 17. Hunter Collier in the 98 machine here. That Mason Suit 56. That's found out your top 5. Looks like we've got our second caution of the night. Let's go check out and see what brought that out. What brought that caution out? Field here did not show up on our timing board. Entirely sure what brought that caution out. Then we'll have to ask the driver interviews later on because I don't see anything on our screens here. That will be a mystery. We will try to get to the bottom of, but we are under our second caution. 10 to go here. That is definitely going to help these leaders out. The top 15 who did not pit, they get to do 3 more laps under caution. But I thought we would take us down. A little fake there from 99 of Hayes Booth. Check on Sconti. Currently scored in the 14th position. Eye on him. Got a couple teammates in here tonight. Work together to get up front. The 5 of Brayson Collins there. Currently still scored in the 16th position. So he did not make up a ton of ground there on that short run, green flag run we just had. And this is not going to help his cause, as he will have fewer laps on 7 to go when we take the green. Get back up front. Got the 948 machine here of Cameron McCone, SRX paint scheme here, the Waltrip paint scheme. Having a good run right now. Currently in the top 10, scored in 10th position. In a wave around being given here to the 00 machine. So he went a lap down somewhere in that mix. But he's going to get back on the lead lap, but going to be scored all the way back in 27th position. Paul Granada here in the 04 machine, currently 8th position, tied for the Hard Charger Award. He is up 21 spots since the green flag at the beginning of the race here. But also the number 60 of Joseph Costello, also up 21 spots. So you guys are tied for that Hard Charger Award. But that 04 machine, Paul Granada, that's somebody we're going to want to watch tonight. Well, made up a lot of ground. He's kept his car clean. We know he's got a couple teammates here in the field that will work with him. Be interested to see how this plays out. Aiden Kirker also in that 39 machine. We saw him throw a great block 2 laps back and totally kill the momentum on that outside lane to keep the lead. So we know he's not afraid to do that, out of block and do it cleanly. So he's going to be someone we're going to want to pay attention to as well. Also, the 56 here of Mason Suit also having a great run. Up 10 spots since the drop of the green flag. Is currently scored in the 6th position. 56 machine on the inside line, looking good. Right behind the 17 there, John Canizaro Jr., who's been running up front all evening. Well, pace lights are off. The pace truck will be taking the green flag to go this time around. It'll be a 7-lap shootout to the end of the race. Question still remains, can these leaders top 13, top 14 have not pitted? So they have not pitted, they did not take fuel, so the question is going to be, with these 2 cautions that we've had, can they extend it out to the end of the race? Green flag drop there, the 39 of Kirker gets a great jump. The 44 on the outside of Brady Wallerman there. No one close to push him right now, so he's going to drop back a few spots as the 17 of John Canizaro Jr. going to advance there in second place. Pay attention and see what this 44 machine does. He's getting a good run down the back stretch here. As you can see, he's got a car now. The 17, John Canizaro Jr., going to jump up, give him a push. The 44 is actually clear. He's going to drop down, take the lead away from the 39. Good move there by the 44. Surprised we did not see the 39 throw a block there. But we could also, the 39 could be running low on fuel, might be tight to the end. So being the lead car out there, burning way more fuel than the ones in the draft, that could have been a strategy play. He could have just let him go and say, hey, I don't want to be leading this race when the white flag drops. So thing to see there, the 17 of John Canizaro Jr. still on the outside. Right behind him, Vaughn in the 948 machine. Him. Check in with Brayson Collins here in the number 5 machine. He is currently up to 13th position, so he's gained 3 spots since the green flag dropped here. Quite a bit of ways to go, but he is the first car, the top position car that did pit when the first yellow came out. 993 there of Hayes Booth, who was our pole sitter, currently in 12th position in that outside lane. Ooh, we saw a car there. The 60 dropped down to the inside line. Wasn't totally clear there. Joseph Costello, and actually the 859 giving him a little shove there. Was not pleased with that move. But great driving from both of these guys to prevent a big accident from happening. So they're going to keep going straight here. The 41 there. Pierce Moffitt going to drop down also to the bottom lane in front of the 859. Meanwhile, you've got the 44 of Weileman and the 39 of Kirker still out front here. 5 to go currently. We're going to go 4 to go here at the line coming into turn 3 and 4. Got a new car here on the outside. Mason Suit with the 17 of John Canizaro Jr. So let's see what these guys can do, what they can do to work together. Get up front. We see a lot of shuffling in place as we're going to take 4 to go here. You're going to start to see guys get a little bit more aggressive. Start chopping down when they're not totally clear. This is where accidents surely can happen as the aggressiveness gets dialed up to 10. See the 56 of Mason Suit getting a nice run here. Outside lane developing. They've got 5 cars now. See what they can do down the back stretch. Meanwhile, the 5 of Brayson Collins not making up any ground with 4 to go. Currently stuck at the back of this pack. Could anticipate a big wreck happening up in front of him. Just wants to be clear of that. Not sure. Or he's just not able to advance as quick as he thought he was going to be. See a little 3-wide action back here. The 993 of Hayes Booth and the 948 of Cameron McHone. Got Brayson Collins also joining the mix there. Going to take it 3-wide. Go up the middle. That's what you have to do with 3 to go to advance here at the Daytona International Speedway. You've got to make it 3-wide, and he does it well there. He's going to advance up into the 12th position. I will see the 17 and the 56 there doing some great bump drafting, seeing them get a little sideways, but they're going to get a great run down here on the back stretch. 39 also pushing the 44 really well there, so it looks like they're going to stall out that run on the outside. And we've got three wide. We've got a car all the way up against the wall. That is our pole sitter, Hayes Booth, the 993 machine up top. Cameron McCollum right behind him. What these guys can do all the way up on the top as we come to 2 to go. We saw Cameron McCollum actually get a little loose there going into the tri-oval. It's like the rear end just stepped out on him. Tapped the wall just a bit, but keeping going. You see that third line not making up any ground now. The 44 still out front. The 56 there, Mason Suit on the outside. 17, John Canizero Jr. Can they push the 56 by the 44 as we are 2 to go right now? I'll check in on the 5 of Brayson Collins, still stuck back there in 12th position, so not made up any ground in that last lap. Oh, we've got an accident. The 60 got turned there.
The yellow flag is out.
That is what we call the big one there. Like about 10 cars involved. Is big one. That is not what we wanted to see. Quite a few cars tore up in that lead pack there, and remember, there are no quick repairs tonight. So these guys with damage, unfortunately, could be the end of their race tonight. So let's go back and see if we can catch the beginning of that wreck. Go back just. Rewind it manually here. Core's not with us. So we're watching the 60 car here, who is that white, red, and blue car there. Third back in second lane. It looks like the 859 and that red Bud car there, Budweiser car, is going to make contact with him. Slow it down here. See, it looks like the 56 and the 17 actually checked up a little bit there. Right there is where we see that red car there make contact with the 60, and it's just a chain reaction from there. A lot of cars with nowhere to go. Like the 5 of Brayson Collins unfortunately caught up in that. Looks like the 993 is going to make it by clean. So good heads up driving from him. Going to cut down there through the grass. His car clean. As long as he doesn't loop it here, yeah, he's going to keep it straight. So good job by him. But unfortunately, the 5 car with a ton of damage. And he was one we were watching to come up through the field there, because he did pit. Very unfortunate accident there. Took out quite a few fast drivers, but we still have some good racing to go. We're going to have a nice green-white checkered attempt here. Lap shootout. Currently still scored in the lead is the 44 of Brady Walleman there, and Aiden Kirker right behind 39. But Aiden's going to have to start on the outside, which he's preferred the inside most of the night. See what he can do on that outside lane. Decent suit here. Another guy having a great run. Currently in 3rd position. Advanced up a lot in that. Paul Granada, our hard charger. Biggest mover of the night right here in the 04 machine. Up 25 spots. Currently sitting in 4th positions. Looking really in a nice position to possibly take home the win tonight. And Henry Clappert, the 34. Had a bit of front end damage there. We don't know how much that aero damage is affect him, but he's currently in the 6th position. So still having a good run here, looking to score his debut win here in WORC series. Be going green this round. Pace lights are off the pace truck. We'll have a 2-lap shootout. Green white checkered attempt here. Leave the guys to get 2 attempts at that tonight. So this will be our first. Have to wonder if we do another green white checker, what is the fuel situation on these leaders? Remember, they have not pitted. The 34 machine, Lappert, is actually pitted on lap 34, so currently sitting in 5th position. So the top 4 have not pitted. Pace truck will come off this time, and we will be going green for a 2-lap shootout. Green white checkered attempt number 1 here in the WORC, the Keystone Corner Street Stock Series, the Daytona Dash presented by David Designs. As we take the green flag, great jump by the 44 there, who actually chose the outside lane on that restart. He's going to jump out to an early lead in front of the 39 there of Kirker, with Mason Suit following behind there in the 56 machine. 18 of Keelan Belsha there in 4th. 04 Paul Granada. And we've got another yellow. Back this. Fired there. See the 34 getting around there. Going to bring out the yellow. Just a chain reaction after that. The 00 involved in that as well. We'll do our second attempt here at a green white checkered finish. Interesting to see what lane choice the 44 makes this time. He took the outside lane that time, and it worked out really well for him. He was able to get a great jump and get a couple car lengths ahead of the 39. So it'll be interesting to see, is he going to choose that outside lane again, or is he going to switch it up so the 39 doesn't keep him on his toes? Just see what happens here. Currently got Logan Shore here up 19th positions here in the number 24 machine. Haven't talked about him a lot. He was hanging back in one of those 2nd and 3rd packs, but currently kept his car clean, up in the top 10, having a great run. Kevin Spencer also in that flex machine there, the 96 position. Good to see a car come down pit road. The 9 of Ryan Martin. Hit the road. Got a fuel went on there. Pit stall, so he does have to back up. .993 machine of Hayes Booth here was our pole sitter tonight. Currently scored in 14th position. Did have to go through the grass and avoid a wreck. Cautions ago, so currently working his way back up front here. Got the 948 of Cameron McCone here in the SRX machine. Currently scored in 7th position. Having a good run as well. Kept his car up front most of the night. There, Brady Cox, the number 76. Haven't talked about a lot. Up 25 spots since the start of the race. So he is currently our biggest mover. So good to see him up here in that 76 machine. Right behind the 04 of Paul Granada. Having a good top 5 run right now and currently scored in 5th position. Good to see up here after having a great run in the midget series on Tuesday night. Mason Suit as well in that 56 also ran in the midget series, so currently running 3rd. So good to see these guys running multiple disciplines here and running up front. Well, the question is going to be, can anybody stop the 44 here of Brady Williman? Going to choose that outside lane again. 39 is going to have the bottom lane on this restart. They have just been practicing. Not quite going too wide yet. I believe that might be because we did not complete a lap that last time. So this restart is going to file. Just one of the rules in the series to hopefully, after a caution, breed cautions type of event like we just saw there, have a restart single file. Hopefully see out the end of this race here on our green-white checkered attempt number 2. Going to see the 44 machine go up high on the track right here as we come around turn 3 and 4 and come toward the green flag. That is a strategy here in iRacing on a single file restart to not let a car behind you get a jump on you and go around the outside, because you can pass on the outside before the start finish line. So he's going to block that off. Smart move there. This is going to be an interesting start. With a single file restart like this, the 39 can potentially time this just perfectly to get a nice good run on the 44 coming out of turn 2. Pass him down the back straight.
Green, green, green.
44 goes early, really early there, as soon as the pace truck went off. So he's going to jump out into the lead. The 39 machine had to pull the block there on the 56. 56 of Mason Suit looked down low, but the 39 machine pulled that block. To go. What happens here in the backstretch? See who pulls out and who pulls out when to go in that high lane. 39 going to stay down so far. 56 a Suit also going to stay down. The 18 and Belsha, top 4 cars, all choosing to stay single file here and probably going to wait until we get one to go this time around. The 39 there, giving the bump draft a little bit to the 44. Got his rear end a little bit loose. As he tries to pull out there, but gets the 56 there of Suit was at his rear bumper, and that upset his car plenty there. But he's going to stay down low. Like 39 could have just been pulling a block, but we've got the 18 of Belsha up there already pulling out, but pulled out too soon. That's going to allow the 04 of Granada here to go underneath him. .44 looks like, the 39 pulled the block again. It's going to keep it straight. No, the 39 is getting spun out there. Does lose it. So the 44 going to come around and take the finish here for the win. I don't believe Keelan Belsha is going to be able to get up to him there in the 18 machine as they enter the tri-oval. Catching him, but no, not able to do that. And look at the 24 here. Logan Shore coming home in 3rd place, up 25 positions since the start. That was an unfortunate accident there on the backstretch. We'll go back and check that out on the replay. You can see here, get a better at it. We're going to see the 39 and the 04 make contact right here. And from then on, it's just a chain reaction. That collects the 26, the 56, 24 getting tagged there, but he's able to keep going. But an exciting finish nonetheless. 44 Weileman taking it home. We'll pull up the official results here once they come in. Still waiting on some cars to cross the line. That's why we cannot show there we go. We saw a couple getting pushed across the line, possibly blown engines or run out of gas. But good to see some teammates helping them out there. But the official results tonight, coming home first, Brady Willeman in that 44 machine. We saw him get out front toward the second half of the race and was able to hold off the 39. And on that last lap, 39 unfortunately involved in that accident. But Keelan Belsha there in the 18 coming home second. Logan Shore up 25 spots since the start of the race in third position. Paul Granada also up 25 spots since the start of the race, finishing out there in fourth. And Kevin Spencer, fifth. Jared Bokanowski there in sixth. Hayes Booth, our pole sitter tonight, and then a 993 machine, seventh position. Jay Mulder in eighth. Mason Suit in ninth, who was involved in that last lap incident. Bring it home in ninth. And Ryan Martin in 10th position. Right now, we'll see if we can get some of these drivers up here in the booth and have some. Hey, Logan, it's Kevin up here in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Logan, it's Kevin up here in the booth. You got a copy?
You're right now.
Hey, man, congratulations on your third place finish tonight. Bringing it home in third after advancing 25 positions since the start of the race. Gotta ask, what was your strategy going in tonight? And were you able to follow it, or did you have to pull some audibles there as the race developed?
Well, this package, it was weird. If you lost any little bit of the car in front of you, if you were 2 tenths behind, you would lose the draft. So I had a good buddy of mine, Kevin, drafting with me back in the back. We ran in the back for, I guess, the first 20 or so laps, that green flag run. Once that first caution came out, we noticed that it was probably a good time to start making our way up towards the front. So, and at the end of the day, with all the cautions at the end, we made it through. So.
Yeah, I gotta ask. We saw you were one of the guys that did pit on lap 34. The top two finishers tonight did not pit. So curious, did you pit because you thought the fuel was going to be tight?
Yeah, I just made sure to put 2 more gallons in the tank just in case. I know how these leagues can sometimes end out. They have extra laps with green white checkers and whatnot. So just to be on the safe side.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, and it looks like that. I'm not. We'll have to ask the top two how close it was, but um, nonetheless, you were able to pit and work your way back up front there. Come home with a third place finish, which is fantastic. I tell you, anything in the top 10 at a 36 car field at Daytona, that's something to celebrate because it's just so many unknowns, so many big ones happen. But good finish for you. Just want to give you the chance while you're here. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I would like to shout out all the guys that helped me today in the race, worked with me. Kevin, Jaden, Aaron was also back there with me, and then also Can't wait to race the 24 hours at Spa this weekend. So that team will be fun too.
Awesome, man. And again, congratulations there on that third place finish. Good luck in your upcoming race this weekend. And yeah, hopefully we'll be talking to you next week as well.
Thank you, man.
Hey, Keelan, it's Kevin up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on second place tonight, bringing that 18 machine all the way up to second place, up 8 spots from the start of the race. We saw you up front in that lead pack most of the night. Got to ask, what was your strategy going into tonight?
Oh, just hanging all out there. I mean, Daytona, that's a track where even if you try to run in the back, you can get taken out. So I just tried to qualify up front and hang out there most of the day, and luckily didn't have a caution for about the first, 30, 40 laps. So we were up there good for quite a while, and then the cautions came out. I really didn't want the cautions to come out, but I mean, that last one really benefited me because I got through there, restarted fifth, and then that last run to the checker just tried to find something to get up there, but I pulled out of line too early and then got sucked back. But then everybody else up in front of me wrecked, so I guess it was a good thing that I got sucked back. But it was fun. I mean, ran the strategy just trying to go out there and win the thing, and P2 isn't that bad.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was telling Logan, who's finished in third just earlier, that anything in the top 10 on a 36 car field is something to celebrate. But certainly second place here tonight. Great finish. Gotta ask, the third place car did pit on lap 34 when that first caution come out. You and the leader, the winner tonight, did not pit. Gotta ask, how close was it on fuel?
Well, Brady, the leader, the guy who won, I talked to him just a second ago. He said he was running out right after he took the checkered. I still had 3 or 4 laps left, I guess, because I was saving all race, but I wasn't anticipating pitting all race. I guess they were, but I was just saving under caution all race long, and then I think it said I had 3 or 4 laps left when I took the checkered. So I think if that race was a couple laps longer, I would have had something for Brady, but I don't know. It wasn't that close for me. I know it was close for a lot of other guys because a lot of guys were running out coming to the checkered, but for me, it was not that bad.
Gotcha. Yeah, that lead car out front burns a lot more fuel than, back in the draft. So that's interesting to hear. The 44 led a lot of laps and still made it. But we
Yeah.
also had a lot of caution laps to help them out there toward the end. So, but nonetheless, second place finish tonight. Gotta ask, is there anybody while you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Got to give a shout out to the A&B Outdoors Quick Time Sprint Car Series. Love carrying them out here. They're a great group of guys to work with. JJ Hill, Aiden Kirker, Brady Weileman, all of them. They're all great guys. Cameron McCone, a lot of good buddies there. All the sponsors they got with A&B Outdoors, Dirtman Photography, Dirt Track USA, Exo Consulting, Dirt Heath and Race Apparel, Shane Mantova, and Iceman Designs. Those are a lot of great guys. That's about all I got. But thank you to you for putting on the broadcast. Great work. Loved it.
Absolutely. And again, congratulations there on your second place finish tonight. And hopefully next week, have another good finish and we'll be talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Take care. All right. And now we've got Brady Wellerman here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, man. Congratulations, first of all, winning at Daytona in a 36 car field in the street stocks is no easy task, but you made it look easy tonight, bringing home the win. Gotta ask, what was your strategy going into tonight?
Just to stay out of all the trouble. I just wanted to stay up front really for most of that race. I don't think we went anything lower than 10th, so that's good. But yeah, I first off, I want to thank Hayden Kirker. If he wasn't there, I don't think I would have won that thing because he pushed me until the very end there. So I gotta thank him for that. But yeah, just to really stay up front, that was my strategy.
Yeah, we saw the 39 machine there you referenced. Unfortunately, got caught up in an incident there on that last lap, but you were able to not be involved in that and continue on and take the win. But it was interesting. We were up here in the booth, and we saw the 39 pulling some great blocks all night long, but when you got up there and you were able to clear him and drop down into the bottom lane and take away that position, he didn't pull the block on you. So I'm just curious, you guys teammates working together?
We're good friends. We're not teammates, so
Gotcha.
that's our relationship there.
Gotcha. Well, hey, at Daytona, it's always nice to have friends out there. Because we saw that 39 machine pull some great blocks all night long. But nonetheless, gotta ask, we saw you didn't pit. We've heard from a few of the other guys. Top two didn't pit, and third place did pit. So how close was it on fuel for you?
Actually, after the checkered, I ran out of I ran out of gas on the backstretch, so I barely made it. I was saving on that last green white checkered like crazy because I was like, I might not make it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna. I didn't think it was gonna be that close coming down to the white there.
Yeah, so we only had 2 green white checkered attempts tonight. Most series have 3, so sounds like you got lucky there. If we would have had a third one, it sounds like you wouldn't have had enough fuel to make it. But nonetheless, you did make it tonight. Came home with a win. Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
I want to give a shout out to Next Level Racing, Circle B Diecast, and Bodega, Burris and Collins for putting on this league. I wouldn't be here if he didn't run it. My family for watching, and that's about it. And Aiden Kirker, obviously. I mentioned him before, but just gotta shout him out again.
Absolutely. Again, congratulations on the win tonight, taking home the Daytona Dash Trophy. Great run, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that will wrap it up for tonight's Daytona Dash presented by David Designs Racing. You can check him out on Instagram there. His tag there is in the bottom left corner of the screen. This will complete round 1 of the WORC Street Stock Series presented by the Keystone Corner. Great racing, huge field tonight. Good to see a great finish, an exciting finish. Only 3 cautions. So great racing here tonight. We'll be back next week. Check the schedule. We head to Richmond next week, so a little short track action. That'll be fun. But yep, thank you all for tuning in here, and hope everybody has a